a 13-5 goes the way of Umphys, and we have the first map number 3 on this Game Changers main event. It was a little bit of a back and forth in the first half, but it really depended on those heroics plays to come through, the post plans that we were seeing on the side of Umphys to make it possible, baby bay. And this is exactly what we wanted to see. We had our questions on how the two teams were going to play out against each other, and I'm glad that we're pushing it to the distance to that map of Bind.
Yeah, and actually early on, we saw RF specifically doing a good job of getting a lot of first bloods early on that defensive side. It's something they needed to do. You know, get that man up advantage, because we saw once this composition gets into a post plant for Umphys, it's just too hard to deal with. There's so many sets of trips and utility and smokes. I mean, you had the Bucky Destroyer on Umphys going absolutely ham. That was on the Astra, of course. But yeah, I mean, a lot of first bloods going their way in the early round for RF, and then in the mid round, it just all seemed to fall apart.
Yeah, I felt like Umphys really had such good control over this game just in general, regardless of those first bloods kind of going the way of RF. Every single thing they did seemed so right. They had the correct protocols. They had the correct kind of reactions to what they wanted to do, and they always capitalized off of whatever was left open, whatever was weaker. So it really felt like for Umphys, this map pick makes so much sense. We talked earlier about this going to 3 maps, and I'm glad we get to see it, and this ascent just showed Umphys kind of actual way that they're trying to play and their playstyle and how supportive it could be. Because again, like every single one of these players too, they had such a stellar performance in this map.
And I had my questions because you never know how these matches are going to play out, especially in the main event. You don't know what the mental is like for the players, what the preparation is like, and how close they really are going to be when they're facing each other. But I like what we saw on the side of Umphys on this map of Ascent. They were, as you were saying, Athena, taking control of the situation. Supercat had a chance to shine a little bit more compared to what we've seen before. And this is as well one of the plays that we've highlighted a bunch of times. But something that I want to go over as well is the post plans, baby, because we saw how that was the difference maker for Umphys to just get enough rounds and secure this map in that 13-5 that they got.
Yeah, it's insane with this composition, what you can do once you get on site. I mean, like I said, you have so many different trips that you could put down that can either secure early info on the chokes, or even just use it for the post plant, the actual bomb timer itself, the spike. I mean, and then you have an Astra on top of it all to just really secure the round. It's just so much to deal with. So again, hats off to RF for doing a good job in the early round, but it's just too much. Excuse me, I got a cough.
No, you're good. I heard you struggling.
Swallowed my spit there. Oh my god.
Bro, it's not
Apologies,
that serious, man. Like, dang. No, I 100% agree. I feel like Umphys did such a good job of getting that mid control early on in the game. They were literally at some point just walking up mid every single round for their default because they had it so free. And Reform, they only kind of responded really late into the game, and so because of that, Umphys, they managed to get those mid-round kills, they managed to get those picks, and off of that, every single time, they ended in these insane splits and got onto the site. So again, those post plates were insane.
And the last point to talk about what we saw on that map was baby that round number 10 that you wanted to highlight, along with that round 15, that round number 10. They were mentioning how they were being pressured with the time to get into that site. So those little things and the way that they play out just once again help them look the way that they're looking for Umphys.
Yeah, this was so sick. So for those that didn't catch it, there was an Omen Smoke top mid from Aluvity. And basically, it causes a reaction for the attacking side of Umphys. Okay, we're either going to speed up A or we're going to speed up B. But with the camp being broken and seeing 3 players bottom mid with it, the natural reaction is to want to speed up A, where the operator is posted. And then you already have a fast flood to just clean all this up. Emluo hits another just highlight clip there. And yeah, it was just too much. The manipulation was so good from RF into that round. But, I mean, in reality, it was Umphys who actually had full control of this game. And this bonus round, followed by, you know, the previous pistol round that they did, where they finally won a pistol, by the way. Shout out to Umphys.
Shout out Umphys.
Yeah. But we really got to saw a preview of what the setups for the defensive side were going to look like in those rounds. And it just made it look like there was no places available, no gaps available for RF to take advantage of, even with running a KO that gives you in.
And now let's look at what that last map is gonna look like, because it's gonna be that map of Bind to close us out on this series. And we've seen that back and forth, especially on the map of Lotus. It seems like there is a possible comeback happening. Then we get to see Umphreys kind of warming up and looking very confident on that second. But as we head into Bind, Athena, what are some of the things that you're looking forward for these teams?
I mean, I think both these teams are just super explosive. They're duelists, they take aggressive control, they know how to play. Millie, IGLing on this race, goes kind of crazy, and Supercat, they've just had this amazing performance on Ascent, so kind of putting that forward and into this next map is going to be super good for their momentum. But I will say, before this, you guys were kind of talking about these crazy comps that we were going to see. But again, I mean, both these teams have changed their comps like how many times now? And I feel like
a lot.
It's pretty similar. I mean, oh, sorry, I was going to say double controller. Yeah, double controller. The Astra, we saw Panday. Wait, Panday wasn't playing Astra. Dude, I'm tripping out right now. These comp changes are getting to my head, you guys. You guys take this over.
Yeah, we were seeing the back and forth, but something that I was curious was going to be the ISO, because we were talking very about the double duelist, and it's not here.
Yeah, but both teams have ran the double duelist quite a bit with ISO specifically, which is really interesting. And you're right. Last time it wasn't Panday who was on the Astra. Panday was on Cypher last time they played Bind, and I believe it was Carry that was on the Astra. So the Astra pick, it's nothing that they're unfamiliar with, but it's another new composition. You know, like both teams running a little bit more standard. The only outlier now is that Astra pick, and is it going to be enough? I mean, it might be, especially if Umphreys can, get in that post-plant scenario like we saw them getting on Ascent.
We have a lot of questions as the compositions and the EDS keep changing for these two teams, but let's find out who gets the win of this match, who continues forward in this upper bracket. Once again, with your casters is Gumpers and Riff.
You know what? I'm already blessed because we have third map, and I'm so excited. Listen, I know you're excited, Riff. Are you excited, Riff?
I mean, we're this late in the tournament for game changers. We're still getting teams changing things, trying to trip each other up from map to map. This is not stuff you usually see, especially like the flexibility of it. Usually it's a person changing, but like Baby said, this is a change for Panday and Carry with the Cypher and the Astra previously, because they had switched, and now they're just role changing and agent changing on this one. The other side, you still get a change out here. Instead of the ISO, you're getting the fade. So interesting stuff coming from them. That was Kazler on the ISO, so she's taking the fade to set up this one. So let's get into Bind. I'm excited. This should be a spicy one for both teams. Now they're full warmed up. They've read each other on a few maps, and we're going to get this one now on Bind for a decider. A good shower control to start off here. But it does look like they still have a bit of map control. Again, Panday across the map with that Astra. We'll have to watch.
Oh, gosh. Dude, Panday had it good there, too. So
Seemed it.
That could have been a really good win in that 1v1. Although now Pop Flash comes through, dude, and Millie could have waited a little bit longer, actually. Fed a bit more into how many players would have just made their way out. But again, that comes with, correction and fixing your errors there. Umphreys slowly making their way back. So player advantage there, just by one. It's not that drastic, but drastic enough on the pistol round.
All right, so let's see how Umphreys do in this post plan. Don't have any more Gecko Util. Actually, Util's gone except for the bite, and they're keeping that in U-Haul. Emluo with a tough peek there. Terror with 3 so far. Seeker's going to be up early in this game. And now no shots there for Riv. Refrag can't get it. Umphreys come up with pistol round, and they get another one. That's going to spell good things for them.
Let's grab some more.
That hurts, man. I guess it was more so that slow push up. I think a lot of it really was just timing, in my opinion, coming down to this round. It is the first round on a new map, right? Slowly getting into the groove of a loss as well for Refrag. So it's about picking themselves back up. At this point, Millie could have waited a little bit longer to get more, right? A little bit more teamwork down in the Refrags here. Their name is Refrag.
True. True. They should be there for each other. It is all in the name.
That's so inspirational.
Default Viper wall coming up. And they just go for a quick check, knowing that Aluvali is playing in that U-Haul area now. very spread still. The showers control seems to be something that they want to do round after round with Supercat. Orb control, not something they're focusing on just yet, as you only see one there. And waiting. Doesn't want to get caught off again.
Aw.
And they're getting the space.
Wow. Good preparation, too. They were like, all right, listen, we had an iteration of this before. We're not going to face it again. Oh, my gosh. And that's where the util comes through. Last time we actually saw the Raze on Lotus, it was the same thing, where the util really was so evident and so proactive. I feel like we're going to see that again.
That was picture perfect from Supercat. Just cutting the pie on every angle, nading and displacing on things she can't see on the closest effective corners. Really good stuff there. And they set up strong. Going to be a flawless round here, unless it's a crazy classic. Oakley dokily. Emluo picks one up. You gotta be kidding me. What is that aim? Every time. Supercat with 4. That's going to be a Raze ult coming up fast soon. So nice build up by Terror and Supercat here.
I really did want to see that, though, like Supercat taking a step up, because in previous games, like within the closed qualifiers, performance, I won't lie, wasn't spectacular. It wasn't like blow my mind sort of gameplay that I've seen from Supercat. I feel like we're slowly getting back to that, though.
Yeah, we talked about it a little. Oh, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Supercat is just on one right now. And it was Terry. I was going to do that all the time. Terror and Carry before. But we need to see that duelist come up strong.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Emluo not going to cool down, though, and that's something that Oomfies has to worry about throughout this series. First kind of B touch here. They get that showers control cleared, so they might be able to start rotating off A, but they are still holding until the play happens.
Not looking for too much like engagement here, though. Instead, actually waiting towards the background as that smokes player, letting the information come through from their teamwork, right? Through from Riv, and now rotation from Millie.
Double smoke. One to jump out. Oh my god, a smoke maze. That's so cool by Panday. They have to wonder if Panday's trying to walk through all these smokes. How deep has Panday got? I don't know if Emluo is buying it just yet, but they actually get the kill through the box.
Dude, that was beautiful. They basically just baited Emluo into giving away their position by having to position themselves to pick that fight. And now, obviously, you leave Millie down to the backhand side. They could clear that in seconds. And Aluvli and Kazler, they have to find a way to push themselves onto the 2v2 situation and the possibility for more, but it is not that third round to go down for Oomfies. Instead, Refrag, hey, we're back.
Refrag getting a round I did not think they would get. The positioning there from Oomfies is so good, but it was a matter of milliseconds where their backs were turned to the actual fight and the rotation into sight. So really cool stuff for Oomfies to get in on a lower buy round. But great job by Refrag to find the kills and find the W that gets them on the board for this third map. So we get into a partial buy with the kills going around. Refrag can still get that money, but it does look like the side of Oomfies is ready to go. Seekers is there if they want to really push a site. They'll probably dog first here just to get everything figured out on the side of U-Haul. And there it is, destroyed. They can assume basically that's a Luvali right off the bat. And Refrag's trying to do a double up on long B here. So they're changing up their defensive side, but it's not something Oomfies is running into yet. This is so tense.
Oh no!
I've got your trail.
What a good positioning.
So good. Oh, and the wall comes up at probably the most perfect times for them. Really, this is them, and they're so beautiful. They have the 3K down to keep this game alive when you're Refrag.
Oh my gosh, Millie with a huge shot there. Was that too fast or was that a collat? It looked like an almost off-centered collateral. The nade follows up. Panday's gonna push.
One enemy remaining.
Oof.
Oh gosh.
Into the firing squad of Refragged. And now, are they gonna go together? Wingman on the assist, of course. Another kill from Aluvali. They're gonna go get the defuse on that one. And a nice round, even with the Guardian there, it pulls up a few of the kills they really needed.
Dude, that was a Millie round to his T. That was absolutely beautiful. And again, it's like, okay, listen, I'm alone. I'm taking on this 1v4. My teammate is down. What's the best possibility? Let me throw my nade, take as many as I can with me. And it's so good. It's that last second thinking.
Jeez. Pushing seems to work for them right now. I thought they were actually going to lose that fight because they ended up shooting the Seekers, and that becomes such an unfortunate thing when all your damage goes into the ultimate Seekers and you just get shot by your opponent. But they recouped. They got the kills. A lot of big ultimates here on this round as mid control seems to be a favor again here for Refrag. They pushed Showers last time. Let's see if they can put a thorn in the side of Oomfies here for a bit of mid.
That's not enough, man. Oh, gosh. That's gotta hurt. Util is so good, though. Again, like, I feel like both of these teams have such a good strength with being able to understand, but is Super Cat gonna know? No, they don't. They are still alive. This leaves Millie for the possibility to take even more, and they are unstoppable within this game.
Gotta protect. It should be all right. Panday is absolutely setting up tent on B right now. Could get a position towards mid. Gonna see if they can get a good star in here for defense. Oh, they dismiss on mid. And now, okay, so they're going to realize that this is going towards B, but they really don't have a chance to move too much because they can all go as a team. So they're gonna wait it out and just make sure. They're gonna go to a floating position between both sites here for the moment being. This is a really, really long con play here from Oomfies. They're giving themselves a lot of variables once they get into these rounds, knowing Refrag is going to attack pretty hard. Util, a Prowler there. So is Dizzy. Let's see if they can make it back in.
Nice, too. They did actually use Riv there to clear some space on the B site, which surrounding now, they didn't find anyone. They don't know where anybody is, waiting for that to come through, maybe the defusal to make its way, but Panday in good positioning.
Yeah.
Although it isn't enough. It's not enough, right? Too scattered, in my opinion, they're coming through from Moonpiece.
And that's really good patience. You can basically see the mental of Refrag in that situation. You don't have to feel pressured. We still have 3 members. We have a bit of util to retake the site, and they stuck together and they made it happen. A lot of times you can panic in that situation and not hit the right things, not get the right angles, and overthink it. But no, Refrag knew they had numbers, and numbers means a big advantage. They use that to get round 3. Kazler with Nightfall, Aluvali with an ult they can stop or retake with in that orbital strike. It looks like Oomfi's going to go back to a little Showers control. Instantly denied. Really good thing from Brim Smoke and a Fade on to go out. He really won't get much control over Showers. So they're orb denying now on the side of Refrag on both sides. You can see that push out from Emluo.
Okay, they leave some space there within Shower. So Kazler, they're not fighting too hard for it. Instead, really just trying to slow down the process of maybe the A site being pushed through, but the B site, okay, yeah. So much already surrounding that. So 1 minute left, waiting for that 30-second mark, maybe?
What a creep up. I feel like we're watching Nats on the right side here with Oomfies. Oh, Avery gets Prowlered. Like, okay, bye. See you later. Jig is up. They're going to start going towards B now. Oh, they're hiding high-low on 10 and just under there near that corner. This, if they get flashed, this is going to get sketchy because that gives their position away immediately.
They set the nade. Looking to settle the score, though. Millie on an offset positioning, but it doesn't work out as much as they wanted it to. Oopie slowly progressing, but not enough. 3 players, though, here on Reform to keep the game alive. So you still have the ultimate readily available. The tick comes through. Emily honestly could just bait for death at this point, and then just solidify the round, taking out Carrie so they can get that ult for the next round.
Really cool teamwork. Kind of calling off of contact. Don't move until we have contact. I'll shoot the Dizzy. You shoot this. At this point, Terror has the guiding light, not the Dizzy, but the fact that they can trade off each other so well is big. Refrag is able to show some strength in these rounds. I like the way that Luvli kind of backed off of backside there and was able to turn around as soon as they started getting a little bit of aggression from that main octagon area right here. Yeah. Actually, that wasn't Aluvli. That was Riv back there. Aluvli was just hopping inside as well. Very cool stuff.
Wow.
All right. Let's see what they have for the next round. 4-2. The Cosmic Divide is up. Still got some alt orbs due to going down, as we'll see our second Thrash here in the first half. Again, big control coming over here. Oh my gosh. They want to fight it too. They don't smoke this time. Oh, they get it through the teleporter.
They can't. They can't get away with this. Refrag are literally just making it so hard for this team to even push anywhere near showers. And now the wraparound is so good. Leaving Panday with wanting more, but they can't find it. Oomfies with a round win coming through for this round 7. So, actually, my apologies. Refrag with a round win coming through for round 7. So they're on a stride that feels almost unbreakable, especially now with like the ultimates. They're continuously coming back. Yeah, you could push for Avery here,
right,
to maybe get that smoke out, but at the same time, right, we do have that Viper's Pit on MLO as well. So there's so many counters to the game here.
You love to see plays like that. A team setting it up, figuring out what the favor, what side of the site your opponent wants to go to. The second ult we see coming in, and I think that was RF's first, Riv uses it through the teleporter from B and absolutely clobbers some of Oomfies, but also mainly pushing away the rest of the team to gain that space for the rest of the team to push through. Like, oh my gosh. And remember, that fight probably felt safe to Oomfies because they've seen a brimstone smoke come down outside of showers. So they've had time to set up outside that smoke, get ready to flash in, get ready for Supercat to bump through, whether it's a wingman or a dizzy. And they did not have that cover. They met Kazler, they met Millie, they met Riv's ultimate, and that was a sweet change from Reformed to be Refrag. You got me doing it now, Gompers. From Refrag to be able to take that round number. That was cool. Let's see what they got. Throw it up over. A quick mosh towards right side here so nobody can hide. How fast do they go? There it is. He can't leave. Supercat's in his face.
No, that's hard. The slowly making its way. They're so lucky. Aluvli's so lucky they could get out of that in time.
Yep. Just a second off on the nade because Supercat still had to clear with the weapon. So they go ahead. Get the Viper's Pit down. Plant is there. Terror is gone. Be a lot to throw in the site, but keep an eye on Carry here. Really has the back of everyone.
Oh no, not even shot down in seconds. So Viper's Pit doing a really, really good effort at keeping Avery alive. And they know where they are, but they can't pick it off. 30 health on Kazler. And Kazler's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, at this point, I just sit in a corner and I die. There really is not a lot that you can do in a situation like that.
That was cool. Just dizzy. Oh, that way. Shoot it. Nicely done. Didn't even take Kazler. Avery absolutely owning the pit as it should be. Nicely done. And a 5-3. I feel like we're going to get a much more back and forth map now as teams are being able to get their ultimates used in a way that your opponent would realize, okay, that is like one thing they can do. We probably won't see Gecko ult come through the teleporter again. So this round we need to make our statement play, right? Yeah. It doesn't have to happen, but we're seeing both teams be much more confident in their pushes, much more confident in how they're retaliating round after round when ultimates were used, or it was a thrifty, or if they can, what I like to call, go at a team's throat when you know you're going to break their economy down and put them back down, especially if you're resetting their money. So we got a tech pause coming in real quick. We'll get that informed of what it is in just a little bit once we're told. But yes, we have a moment here on Bind, and so do the players too, because it has been an all-out brawl between these teams right now as we got to our third map.
It's been a long day, I'd say, as well, like of consistently putting forth like every single strategy that you might have on this particular, and every single map
new
too,
agent
like,
comps.
Yeah, testing new things out, which, you know, I feel like here, especially for Refrag, coming into this so confident that they'd be able to take it away, and you know, especially off that first map performance, it's crazy. Now you're 5-3, but you're struggling so much against a team that you know, you might have had a lot of confidence in beating before. I think Umfi's definitely putting together a very, very good performance. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised by just their overall firepower when it comes to util and like trade-offs. They're so good at playing as partners and teams.
They are. It's been awesome to watch kind of get together throughout the maps, because I feel like on Lotus it was 2 sentinels and you don't really work as much off each other like you would if you flash for somebody with a Sky or got a Fade Haunt in there and you're following up on Nightfall, etc. So yeah, seeing them get in their groove has been really, really good, and I think that's exactly one of the things they use to get here is that teamwork on these maps like Bind and Ascent that makes Umfis look so good. Looking for 2 people, I believe, that have DC, the internet gonna internet. So we're waiting for them to come back here into the game. And as we do, don't hate me for spoilers, but I do see that FlyQuest has taken Elation Vortex. So whoever wins this will be going up against FlyQuest Red.
Oh, no.
That's a battle. That's a battle.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, Dryad saying they're going to take the tournament. So,
That's crazy. Against Shopify, too?
What? Oh, FlyQuest.
Yeah. That FlyQuest is going to take the tournament against Shopify.
Oh, I don't know against who, but Dryad just said FlyQuest takes it all.
Oh, sorry. Am I dumb? Is Shopify? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. You know
You're
what?
fine.
I'm going to stop talking.
You're fine.
I was like, everyone's
killing
questioning me right now. Okay, awesome. I think that's a wild take. Honestly, not too far off though, because FlyQuest have been drastically like getting better, and you can definitely see how good this team is getting. And I'm kind of excited for us to see it on the mainstream as well. Like,
yeah. And besides that, it feels like it's like it's a their moment time. It's like that buildup is there. The universe is around them. We'll see. Well, the universe is around all of us, so I don't know why I said that. Moving on. That was a great tech pause. 5-3. Yes. We get into our 9th round. Terror. Seeker's up again. And they're going to go for this same type of play towards showers. So a smoke towards mid this time, and they leave showers open. So I feel like Umfis likes the fact that they have a little bit of the space, but you got to look for Emluo pushing down. One space is given, one space gained, another given. That's gross. What is this? Why are you so like confident to push up? It's like nobody has been like, oh yeah, we have 2 over here, and the gecko's roaming. You have time to take out 2 people in the middle of the open. Like, who does that, Emluo? Out info, and everybody's pushing now. This round is just going crazy. What is Refrag doing? All the right things, obviously, but what are they doing?
Oh, they got it. They got it. Another one. Dude, this is... I'm not going to lie. The first 2 seconds of this game was starting to look like my DM games. And I'll be honest, the reason being that the very slight one-tap, like, counter-strafing moment where you're just both having, like, you're both missing the shots and you're like, oh, my... Right here. This was so perfect. I loved it so much.
You can see the patience. Like, Emluo pushed up by themselves, and it's like, wait, sidestep, tap, tap, sidestep, tap, tap, regain, sidestep. Okay, boom, got that control down. It was a little tough, but got it. Like, just no pressure on that round. And it, again, is that they're playing behind each other. Both teams have amped it up so much into this 3rd map. We've seen rounds from Moomsies, just like we saw from Refrag right there. Ooh. Orbital Strike starts them off, and Terror is down again. It makes it tough to not have your initiators both get into sight. Finally dropping Emluo down to a low health and making him think twice.
Yeah, they're backing off. It doesn't seem like the time.
Toxin screen down.
Especially with a kind of being heavily contested all the time by Refrag. I feel like now they're just looking for anything at this point. Umfis, they're not able to pick off fights. Refrag kind of putting themselves back into that defensive position where, okay, now we have to be careful, guys. Like, we can't take these isolations as much. Whee! It just commences. Yeah, playing the super slide game with Rift just waiting alongside. And this is so good. Aloofly there to make sure the team does not go down.
Exactly.
And Refrag, they are so good at keeping that company there.
To make sure the team does not go down. It's like how you basically buying that person dinner. You're switching weapons to get to the classic because you ran out of ammo, and then you just see your teammate come in cinematic style to drop your opponent. Like Aluvali multiple times on B defense there, and that site has been the savior for her teammates. So 14-5 there on the Brimstone. Yeah, we like that. Get the Brimmy Stimmy going. 2 more rounds in this first half here on Bind. And back to the smoke down, back to the forward push, and a whole hell of a lot in the kitchen sink and the shower.
They could have it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no,
Still
they
going?
have it. Dude, Millie is like, let me just take a timeout real quick, and you got this, Kalsler. And Kalsler, in fact, did. The trust in this team is crazy. And it feels like it's slowly coming out more and more, especially as, like, the rounds go on. Again, this team thrives off of that ego. And that ego making its way, but of course gets shut down by Carry. And Oofies, they're not out of the game, right? Player advantage still there.
Yeah. Great fight. I mean, you had the double initiator. If there is going to be smokes in that situation, you can flash through a bunch. And that's where Oofies realized in the moment they could start flashing through. And I bet they've been planning that. How many times have they gone towards showers after they did see the smoke just to find a fight they couldn't really use their flash initiation for? But when there is a smoke, well, it got messy. They still piled through with the flashes. They used the util right, and they were able to just dwindle the numbers of refrag. So still, perseverance pays off in that situation. And even if Oofies wasn't finding success there before, it was a pivotal round they grabbed before we get here to the final round of the first half. And where an operator comes out for Millie? I mean, we see it on the Jet. We see it on Ascent. We'll see if Millie feels comfortable here on the Raze on Bind.
Oh, Millie has the op ready for it. Oh, and it doesn't even matter at this point, right? 2 players already down. What was this going to really accompany with everything going on? Actually, now with the Vandal left in hand, waiting for these players to push down in the extremities, but that's not happening. They're so calm and collected here.
What do they have? Mollies? No, not really anything. They're just outside sight, waiting for the retake. Going to go ahead and take some hookah control again as they move Carry around to the other side. And this is a tall task here for Refrag. Bye-bye.
Yeah, complete knockdown, though. Avery is speaking pretty aggressively, but I like this. If you're looking at positioning from Millie, they're watching down towards left-hand side, so it gives some sort of comfort. Yeah, for that peek from Avery, you can do whatever you want. And there it goes again. Oofies, they are slowly gaining that ground back, that confidence back. They're not that afraid. And again, the adaptation that we see every single game, every single map, it happens so quickly.
See if they can get it to work here. It's going to be the double initiator now on the retake. They still have, obviously, double controller. But this is going to be big. What can they section off? What can they cut off to give Refrag a hard time? If Refrag makes it in the sights, we have to consider that, too. They may get stalled. They may just get info gamed here by a few guiding lights planned out well through the round because you still have Dizzy to retake. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out, actually. Classic to 4 ghosts on both sides here. And it does look like it's going to be a B strat. 1 guiding light to start is going to obviously detect some early positioning towards B. And I don't think it matters to Refrag. It looks like they are going to hit the go button.
Oh my gosh, no, but they didn't catch out on Terror. Oh, but the blind just not really catching out too many. Instead, actually, Refrag, they're so good at the entry here on this pistol round. And it always seems to be the case for that, right? The pistol round working out in intention for Refrag because they have Millie, they have Riv, they have Kasler, who are so good at pushing themselves. Everyone. At this point, I should name everyone who are so good at using
They have Emluo.
They have Emluo. They have...
It is gross. It does seem like Refrag and just in pistols overall feel very confident in their aim, how they would approach 1v1s, and if they would, like we saw Emluo on Lotus. And yeah, I think it's only been 2 so far for Oofies, if I'm right there, and Refrag has just been so successful in that pistol round sense. So now 8-5, things are going to get real tight for Oomfies and how they need to play. They have to figure out things fast because it's a few runaway rounds here for Refrag with these weapons. Still with the early flash, looks like it's going to come out. A little bit of a wait time there. Didn't hit the team, but Terror can still hear them. And this time they do have hookah control. So just looking for damage here for Oomfies if they can't get the round.
That was good, though. I like the stall potential on that gravitational pool.
Yeah.
Now it does create like a sense of fear into the minds of these players, but yeah, no, Refrag don't care actually. Never mind. Millie and Illusory are playing together as a team, and actually they don't know. This is so good. They do not know there's more than one person here. Illusory picking out the first, Millie staying behind for the Refrag, and maybe potential there. No, they back off. They don't want it anymore.
Good kills there. Nice damage. Wait.
One enemy remaining.
You coming in? No, just one. I thought the Sheriff was going to happen from Super Cat, but it does not. The Super Cat was pushing through, still gets found out, and they clean up the hookah push. So all is well in the Refrag world as they get another round for themselves and don't lose too many in the process, which is the biggest part. Terra is going to go ahead and try to get a lower buy. Could go to Vandal low armor there, or Vandal, or Guardian. No, maybe? Guardian low armor. Okay, sounds good. See this push you were talking about. They're both hiding there. But good, clear insight. I think Refrag doing a lot better job of sorting themselves in the site. We saw that affect them on Lotus pretty hard, where they were a little discombobulated, and we have not actually seen that affect them again. So really communicating once they get the spike down. Oh, hello from Super Cat First Blood, and Millie's at 5.
Somehow still scaring everybody else off. Millie's just so intimidating, 5 health or not.
Yeah,
so.
I was like, wait, you're still pushing? Millie doesn't care. You gotta love that aggression, though. It's exactly what you need from your duelist. Maybe not at 5 health,
God.
but you want that aggression from your duelist.
Nah, you're committed at that point. You've already gotten tagged. Like, may as well make the party happen at this point.
True. Somebody else can have the bulldog. If it doesn't work out, that is. So 2 and 2 across the map. A little distraction. They dropped the spike, but it's just for a real delay here. They don't want it to be dropped if one of them are caught off guard in hookah. Quick take. I think they heard a bit of Avery jumping out of the hookah there, so it shouldn't be too bad of a take. They're going to be on about 25 seconds once they really get Fade up long B here, and Kazler ready for this position, so let's see what they can do
30
inside.
seconds left.
Trying their best to
Oh!
make way here, but yeah, they just always do it at the same time. Like, they're so good again at isolating the sites and finding some sort of frag to really solidify this round. And 9-6, like, it feels like it's a never-ending portal of who is going to win. And they're so equal. They're so equal at the same time within the mechanics, the skill level, obviously wearing the different composition of course, not having the Brimstone and the Viper instead of that Astra kind of being into play. But it feels so cool how it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't. Both feel very comfortable with that they've brought to the table. Again, changes to the composition here in the upper quarterfinals. Yeah, whoever wins this goes to FlyQuest Red matchup. Whoever loses plays Elation Vortex. But there's still rounds on this third map of Bind between these two. Refrag versus Oomfies. Both getting Lotus and Ascent maps they love to play and winning them themselves. But who gets Bind is the question. Minute 20 left in this round, and Avery starts him off right with the first blood.
And they keep the silence going, really just not wanting anybody to know, what that surprise factor is going to look like. Because they have lost out on Kazler, right? The only other player they can play with is Riv, and here obviously Duelist and Initiator trying to work together on Refrag. How effective will that be, though? Panday, again, hiding within the smoke, love to try to maneuver themselves around in here. And they always win, which is what's scary. But this time, maybe not. I jinxed it. That's my bad.
Aluvli ready for it, and they have pushed themselves off of that B site towards A. Now through showers. I gotta be honest, they haven't come out of showers too often, but there's a lot of pressure at the beginning of the rounds here. So I don't think Oomfi's expected it to end that way.
No. Wide swing, especially inside of U-Haul from Avery, so does manage to work itself out. Oh, this is good. Okay, Thrash is making some sort of effectiveness? No, but he can't pick it up. They cannot find themselves moving up towards the A side at this moment because then they might just be taken down. But Riv was so good. And as everybody makes their way towards it, Riv finally secures that 10-6 here.
Refrag being really annoying on that one. Couldn't really get to who was in showers. Emluo was doing a great job of playing it safe, not peeking, but also getting the kills needed while everybody in mid was being super annoying. Like you said, yeah, the Gecko ult went out, and it caused everybody to have to turn and look. That wastes time. You don't know where everybody is still. There was just so many factors to deal with in that for Oomfies. They could not take down Refrag. So I think we'll see Oomfies sticking to side a little bit more later in the round, making sure they have a good position on each one of these entry angles. And that was quick. What a shot from Aluvli. Jeez, Panday down. That's going to be one set of smoke, so it's going to be tough for just the Viper to do anything and block off the side of Refrag on this round.
The approach moving up here. This is going to be a huge fight. This is so different. I like this. Okay, Super Cat. Yeah, all the backup that they could have had is gone. Especially now with already a 2K coming through. This is brilliant usage of utility.
Spike planted.
Okay, that's a really big pickup. But with 4 members left, I don't know how long it's going to last.
Last player standing.
Good shot by Emluo to take down Avery, who somehow continues to get kills with the buckets. I love it. Just a game of cat and mouse as Emluo finds kill number 2 on the round. Refrag are starting to run away with this game. Oomfies just doesn't have enough control on what's going on across the map right now. They're losing people before the site take needs to happen, and that's they're great at taking sites on attack, so they're great on taking sites on defense when that utility is there, when they're set up together to use that composition of flashes. So I think Oomfies needs to play a little safer. Honestly, it doesn't really matter at this point. They have to play aggressive, and they almost have to keep Refrag off round 12 on this thrifty buy. Spikes down as Refrag are going to play this one slow, Gompers. They're hoping not to run into a Bucky, per se.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be scared. We've seen what Panday can do, so I don't want to test out the waters. I don't think anybody else does, especially on a save round here. But I like how they're holding respects because of, like, you know, the thrifty moments we've seen from Oomfies.
Yeah, true. It's true. Refrag knows that it can slip. The ultimates are about to hit on the side of Oomfies, so it's not just one round they give up. They give up a lot of possibilities ahead of that, and Emluo solidifies another first blood from the controller position. And there's Aluvli, so pivotal in this third map on the Brimstone.
Everybody's getting caught out in weird positions here, especially. Right, smoke goes down. Gary just slightly manages to find another player, but they have to wait for rotation. There's no way the sandwich in from here from Refrag, but they still find one. Thrifty, impossible though. Unless maybe Terror has it in them. I mean, listen, Guardian and Ultimate in hand, could it happen is the question.
Guardian taps. 2 Vandals and a Phantom. Blast pack off if they need it. This is going to be a tough one. Maybe 1 or 2 to kill on the way down.
Yeah.
But this other, the high-low is going to do it. Terra goes down. Game point for Refrag here to keep themselves in the upper bracket. It's only going to take this last round, but Oomfies, it seems like they've been able to claw back a few at the end. There's something in them that lights a fire under them that gives them this extra gusto. We saw it last time when they were on the brink of destruction. See if they can bring it out here and give us that comeback for a tie game. It's going to be tough, though. Really. Refrag just looks punishing.
Yeah, it's been pretty hard so far. I mean, there is potential. 3 ultimates for Oomfies to utilize. Now smoke's coming through. It feels like here they're starting to use, of course, a more passive approach, but also a sneaky one as well. 2 players left within showers, and everybody else looking to make this happen.
So nothing on the left side from Nightfall. They realize there is a shower push happening. You got coverage on the spike to be planted. Now they're going to take U-Haul control. And they have not found Emluo yet, except they have that last shot, as I said. And the retake comes in from Oomfies. This is huge. This is needed.
this is it for the team, if anything. And can they have it? Refrag, okay, they're doing good. They have majority. Supercat, maybe the showstopper could help, but it doesn't. It is GG with Refrag taking it to the third map, but also taking it home at the same time. The victory coming through for this team.
The MLUO, yes, on the screen. Crazy stuff coming out from the pickup. And Refrag have played so well through the end of this, showing that if it does go long, they have something in the wheelhouse still that they can play. And they actually played quite well throughout the maps on this one. And they can go back to Ascent and really look what happened and strengthen themselves as they move forward in the upper brackets here. A great game as well, though, coming out of Oomfies, as they showed us a lot, but it seemed that the adaptation was a few steps behind.
Yeah, and honestly, in this game too, I kind of agree with you there. Like, the adaptation was a few steps behind, but they were so close at bringing it back. I think it was just that moment of realization of, hey, we're kind of getting close to our ults. Economy is pretty average. What if we just put them in an uncomfortable position? You know, we kind of load up on these ultimates on this util, use it one by one, kind of distribute everything at the same time, and pick these fights that we've been so good at isolating. So I don't know. Everything really just worked out perfectly for Refrag, and I give them a big congratulations there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see where both teams go. Obviously, still in it on both sides. And like you said, looking how Oomfies played that one, I feel like they had all the right ideas. And maybe even towards the last map, the changes were too much. Switching those roles, but also switching people and then the agents on them maybe didn't give everybody that in-the-moment comfort that would have been allowing the snap judgments that we might have been missing from Oomfies there. But still, really cool stuff. Both teams kind of bringing stuff outside the box that they usually show. And it was an awesome series.
But I do want to tell you guys, it might be the last series for these two teams, but it's not the end. There is, of course, another best of 3 coming up. So do not go anywhere. I'm looking at you, everyone watching. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Valorant Game Changers.
And if you're wondering why I move the way I do, I just feel so good. I just feel so good.
Red Bull gives you wings.